Tonight on CTV News at 11:30, remembering the fallen, soldiers who have fought and died for our freedom.
It's not one day for them, it's every day. The loss doesn't go away, but hopefully the peace comes.
Northerners from one end of the region to another stop to mark Remembrance Day. Plus, with Old Man Winter just around the corner, road conditions have changed. Police say it's time to get those winter tires on. And Cafe for Good is cafe closed at the moment.
If you cannot get a job and you cannot make money legally, you're going to do something stupid and you're going to make money illegally or find the thing you need illegally.
The Sault Ste. Marie Social Enterprise has had to lay off its staff over issues with government funding.
CTV News at 11:30 with Ian Campbell and Rick Wyman with weather.
Well, good evening. Thanks for staying up with us. It's been an emotional day from coast to coast to coast. A time to remember those we've lost for our freedom and those who are continuing to still serve today. It includes here at home where Northerners stop to mark Remembrance Day. CTV's Lindsay Alick begins our team coverage tonight out of Sudbury.
Thousands of people filled the Sudbury Arena to mark another Remembrance Day. And while the arena wasn't full, it did see community members, young and old, gather to remember.
For everyone to see what goes on with the military that's going to be here today and all the other organizations that will be here. It's important. This is a very important day for Canadians, and I'd like to see more and more people in the arena for it.
It's so key that we gather today, and I know there's a lot of gatherings across our city, and that's great, and that's just a testament of how we care and how we give thanks.
Over 30 wreaths were laid during the ceremony. Laying the Silver Cross Mother's wreath was Jocelyn Tate. And while she didn't want to appear on camera, she said it was an honor after losing her son Jesse Tate to suicide in 2015. He served in the Canadian Armed Forces, having been deployed to Bosnia and Afghanistan.
To stand up there as a parent who has lost children and look at the Silver Cross Mother and the other families that have made that sacrifice, I don't know if I'd be that strong. It's not one day for them, it's every day. The loss doesn't go away, but hopefully the peace comes.
The Memorial Cross, more often referred to as the Silver Cross, was first authorized on December 1st, 1919, as a memento of the loss and sacrifice on the part of widows and mothers of Canadian sailors, aviators, and soldiers who died for their country in the war. Lindsay Alick, CTV News, Sudbury.
The South Porcupine and Timmins branches of the Royal Canadian Legion honored Remembrance Day with ceremonies at their respective cenotaphs. A number of groups and organizations laid wreaths, including a Silver Cross Mother. The parade commander and sergeant at arms for Branch 88 says she's organized the ceremony in Timmins since 1991 and is pleased with this year's turnout. People came out to pay their respects to veterans, especially with this year being the 80th anniversary of the end of World War II. Andrea Villeneuve tells CTV News armed servicemen and women need our support now more than ever.
I think with all the turmoil that's happening around the world and in the Americas, of course, because like I mentioned, this year we're really concentrating on the Americas. It is important to know what's going on with our neighbors down south. And we need to be there to support the people that need their help.
We've been seeing posts of people honoring soldiers in Iroquois Falls, French River, Elliott Lake, and all around the north. There was also thunderous applause in North Bay, where military men from 22 Wing Canadian Forces Base stopped to mark the day. CTV's Eric Tashner has more.
Thank you very much. It's a tribute of thanks.
Nice.
From brother and sister duo Charlie and Colton Giroux, handing out painted poppy rocks to servicemen and women and veterans.
They said thank you and thank you for your support. It makes me feel good.
To say veteran Barbara Smith comes from a military family is an understatement. Her brothers served in the Canadian Armed Forces. Her grandfather fought in the First World War, and her father helped liberate the Netherlands from the Nazi regime.
There was a fellow here in North Bay. Every time I went to the Legion Branch 23, he would come over to me and he would tell me, "Your father saved my life. I'm so blessed to know that about my dad."
An arena normally buzzing with noise fell to complete silence as the notes of the last post rang out. Every year, there are fewer and fewer World War II veterans. Veterans Affairs Canada estimates there are only 3,700 surviving Canadian veterans of the Second World War.
When I think back, the Canadians are first-class troops.
We need to encourage our children to grow up and become soldiers of peace.
North Bay has a large military legacy, currently with 400 servicemen and women stationed at 22 Wing Canadian Forces Base.
We're so proud of the work we do, and then, when we have this upheaval of support from Canadians, it means an awful lot to us.
At a time of conflict with ongoing wars in other parts around the world, Oldford says other free societies continue to look to Canada as a beacon of light and hope.
The global environment will change, and whenever that happens, you can be rest assured that the Canadian Air Defence sector is prepared to meet that challenge.
As another Remembrance Day comes to an end, the turnout here in North Bay serves as a reminder that this city will never forget. Eric Tashner, CTV News, North Bay.
And Remembrance Day in Sault Ste. Marie saw hundreds of people at the GFL Memorial Gardens. Veterans, Legion members, cadets, and many more lined the floor of the gardens, with some filling the stands. The sights and sounds, a stark reminder of those lost in the spirit of remembrance. From O Canada to the last post and the reading of In Flanders Fields, the Silver Cross Mother was the first to lay a wreath.
It's easy enough to say things. It's a lot harder to do things when people take the time out of their day, whether they're here, whether they take the time to view it on TV at home, or whether they attend services other places. It's important to the serving members and veterans as well as the family, because again, it's a visual reminder and support that the country and the nation is grateful for the sacrifice that they made.
This year saw significant restoration work done to the Sioux's main cenotaph, as well as the addition of 71 names to the memorial. The William Merrifield cast was also back on display after the original was stolen. We'll have the rest of the day's news coming up in a moment, but for now, a short break here on CTV News. Rick will have your full weather forecast, and let's take a look at those current conditions. We have snow in several parts of our broadcast region, from about Sudbury all the way up to Kapuskasing. Wawa a little heavier coming off the lake at the moment. Pretty messy in around Parry Sound with the rain, -1 in North Bay, -5 in Timiskaming Shores. We'll have details in a moment.
When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400 from your screen to ours. Text 10400.
Well, in the final minutes of Remembrance Day for this year, what's the forecast radar looking right now? This is what we've got, according to Environment Canada. Some snow and some precipitation moving in the form of rain. So you're going to get a combination of both. Some sleet in the forecast, as you'll see with our 7-day numbers, and a lot more. And that will linger for a couple of days and continue right through, with a bit of a change coming up with some sunshine. Sudbury Nickel Belt, here we go with sleet for a couple of days at 60 and 40%. Daytime highs at 3, 1 on Friday with sunshine. Cloud cover Saturday at 2. Chance of showers Sunday. 4 degrees your high, and 2 degrees come Monday with some sun and cloud. That's pretty well right on the money in terms of your normal for this time of the year. Sault Ste. Marie Algoma, chance of sleet for a couple of days at 3 and 5. Friday, we've got 4 degrees and sunshine. Saturday, cloud cover and 6. Chance of showers Sunday, 5 degrees and 5 on Monday. Sun and cloud again, your normal for this time of the year. Timmins, Cochrane, Kapuskasing, chance of flurries at 1 for Wednesday and Thursday. Friday, some sun and cloud 0. Saturday, cloud cover +1. 3 degrees on Sunday, chance of sleet at 40%. And Monday, some sun and cloud with a high of -1. A look now at Timiskaming Shores and Kirkland Lake. 60% chance of snow for tomorrow at 3. That's a pretty good bet. Thursday, chance of flurries at +1. -1 on Friday, sun and cloud. Saturday, some cloud cover +1. Chance of sleet at 40% come Sunday at 3. And 0 Monday, some sun and cloud. Below 0, which at this time of the year is around 2 degrees for Timiskaming Shores and Kirkland Lake. Moving on over now to North Bay and West Nipissing. Chance of sleet tomorrow at 60%, your high of 3. Rain snow mix Thursday at 2, 1 on Friday, chance of flurries at 30%. Saturday, some cloud cover +1, 4 degrees on Sunday, chance of showers. Monday, sun and cloud at 2 and 0 for your expected high next Tuesday. Mainly cloudy skies in the area. So again, below your normal temperature of around 3 degrees for this time of the year. Ian, it looks like we've got a bit of a change in our forecast. Some sleet moving in for the next couple of days before we hit some sunny weather by about Friday. I'll throw things back to you on the desk.
But there's some sun. I'll take it. Thanks, Rick. Well, parts of the region are getting snow, as Rick mentioned, and Sudbury police are reminding the public of safe winter driving practices after several fender benders this morning. They say slow down and increase your distance when on snowy or icy roads and avoid sudden braking. Make sure your vehicle is clear of ice and snow before driving. Just down the highway in Barrie, their first big blast of snow caught many off guard. CTV's Luke Simard has more on how people are scrambling to get winter ready.
Common sound in auto shops today after snow blanketed Simcoe County overnight and into the morning, leaving drivers scrambling to get their winter tires on. JW Automotive in Stayner ready to answer the call.
I got 25 phone calls yesterday just everyone waited last minute. The snow's here. Take your time. There's a lot of people on the roads these days.
Bringing on an extra hand just in time.
It's a lot of work. I just hired my first employee 2 weeks ago, and business is good. I'm glad to accommodate the community.
While some rushed to change their tires, others were hard at work.
I just actually brought my snowblower into my garage like about a day ago, so I would have been trapped if I hadn't have done that. So it's working out not too bad right now.
With Mother Nature giving people a preview of what's to come.
I'm not feeling good about it right now and definitely not ready for it. Just so much, so fast.
Squalls over the past 24 hours resulted in snow-covered roads and a hazardous morning commute, enough for some to already be sick of the cold.
Definitely not expecting such an early winter, but it's nice to get a bit of snow, you know. Ski season's coming up and everything, so definitely don't like it for 5-6 months, but I'll take it for a little bit.
While some people may be surprised by this early blast of wintry weather, Environment Canada says last year was an abnormal year, with snowfall holding off until late November. This year, it's business as usual.
I looked at the last 16 years, and you know, over majority of those years, you've had your first snow before November the 9th, and that's when we got it now. So I always say, you know, you get your first frost before Halloween, and you get your first snowfall before Remembrance Day.
Now the snow on the ground is not expected to last for long, with Environment Canada saying it will not become a permanent fixture until mid-December. Luke Simard, CTV News, Barrie.
One person is in hospital and another injured after a fire at a homeless encampment at Energy Court in Sudbury. The fire was caused by propane heaters catching a tent and other materials on fire this morning. This isn't the first fire causing injury at Energy Court. Last December, several propane tanks exploded, sending one woman to hospital. The tanks are commonly used for both heat and cooking. City officials say there are more than 200 people living outdoors across Sudbury. In a statement to CTV, the Go Give project, who provides many services in Energy Court, says we've seen an increase in encampments, and while space and resources remain limited, our focus continues to be providing a safe, warm environment and support in accessing community services. We are working closely with community partners and emergency services to promote safety and prevent future incidents. After reviewing its Community Action Network program, the City of Greater Sudbury may be making some changes to how it supports community groups. CTV's Angela Gemmell reports.
Children can get in here and use their balance and, get it moving.
Brenda Koziel explains how this accessible playground equipment works. It was her community group that worked to add features to this municipal playground in the South End. She's optimistic about changes the city wants to make to how it supports community-led initiatives.
Kind of be free of some of the governance and things like that weren't fitting with some of the cans that were operating in the city. I see it as being positive because it has more flexibility, and it'll be more inclusive because it can include other community groups.
Recommendations will be going to City Council after a consultant reviewed the Community Action Network, or CAN, program. It found issues like complex governance, limited inclusivity, and overlap within the groups.
Some of the challenges that we faced in particular have been sometimes timely responses from the city, getting more volunteers, and actually getting the word out there about who we are and what we do.
The Levac Community Action Network has been operating for about 10 to 15 years. Its chair has issues with the city's current way of supporting CAN-led projects, including requiring leverage for projects.
When we submit something about our event afterwards and it asks, who did you leverage? The answer from us will always be nobody, especially for smaller events, because I don't want to have to go to my neighbors or my local businesses to ask for them to support our community. We already do that through taxes.
Instead of community action networks, a new community registry affiliate program is being proposed. Both Gorham and Koziel say more still needs to be worked out, but they're hopeful the city will work with the various cans to iron out those details. The report will be presented to City Council November 18th. If passed, the transition time for the new approach will run until early 2027. The city says CAN-led programs and activities will remain supported during that time. Angela Gamble, CTV News, Sudbury.
New tonight, Timmins Council has begrudgingly voted to increase the Golden Manor project by another $8.8 million after learning the project was over budget. In a presentation tonight, the city's Director of Growth and Infrastructure attributed the overage to scheduled delays, winter construction, impacts of higher costs of labor and material due to tariffs. Some weren't happy about the choice they were being left with.
I just don't feel the city and its residents should have to pay anything relating to tariff increases. This project was awarded long before any tariffs surfaced, and if the contractors or sub-trades did not take care of what they had to purchase at that point, I'm not prepared to shoulder that additional cost, but I just want to raise it again. So thank you.
Feldman says this is about being cautious, not agreeing to overages so easily so they won't see more of the same down the line. The vote was not unanimous, but it did pass. The city CAO did tell council he and the mayor will approach the province at a conference later this week. Golden Manor is 62% complete with the building turnover scheduled for May 26th. A Sault Ste. Marie cafe and social enterprise that celebrated its first year in operation this weekend is now temporarily closed. Cafe for Good officials claim difficulties with their government funding is at the root of the closure and the layoff of almost all of their staff. The Queen Street business had been receiving funds from the federal government's Public Safety Canada Youth Crime Prevention Fund. The cafe aims to be a training ground for locals aged 16 to 25 to learn skills in the hospitality sector while also learning life skills and getting a free meal with each shift. A government audit disapproved of using supplies and materials, money to purchase food that would be sold at the business. Cafe executives were told recently they would hear back in 3 to 5 business days. That was 6 business days ago. Government officials are reviewing their funding eligibility, questioning if the cafe is making a difference in public safety.
Youth unemployment as of 2022 was at 23% in Sault Ste. Marie, and we have reason to believe it's higher right now, which is huge. If you cannot get a job and you cannot make money legally, you're going to do something stupid and you're going to make money illegally or find the thing you need illegally. You're also probably going to be really depressed and self-medicating, right?
Silva says they used the last of their funds to pay out staff and are now offering catering and space rentals of the cafe. Ontario and the federal government have agreed to a 1-year extension for the national $10 a day childcare program. The agreement also includes $695 million in additional funding from Ottawa. The program had been set to expire March 31st, but now the extension reassures parents in the province that their fees won't rise for at least another 12 months. Most provinces and territories signed extensions with the federal government before this year's federal election, but Ontario had only signed an agreement in principle to continue the program. Still ahead tonight on CTV News. Science Village implements new rules following a murder across the street in Timmins. Back in a moment. The Science Village in Timmins is a place for children and families to learn about science in fun ways. But the center is located near the site of a recent murder. Science Village officials say they've made the difficult decision to ask clients and visitors to call the center before they show up. Reservations can also be made by visiting their website. Last week, Timmins police launched a homicide investigation after 2 men were shot and 1 died in the apartment building at the corner of 5th Avenue and Cedar Street North. That's across the street from Science Village. Science Village officials say they were shocked by the news and want to ensure everyone's safety after some patrons told them they'd think twice about going to the center after the recent incident.
But when we know that someone's coming, that way we can make sure that there's no one in the close area. And we ask, if there is, we ask them to leave. If they don't leave, we ask for police assistance. And that way, wherever our clients come and they want to enjoy the Science Village, they don't have to worry. And we don't have to worry.
This Science Village in Timmins is a place for children and families to learn about science in fun ways, but the center is located near the site of a recent murder. The science officials say people have been so far positive about the new rules in effect. Well, the 5th annual Sudbury Good Neighbor Awards were held last night by MPP Jamie West. These awards recognize outstanding citizens in the riding. CTV's Madison Marier shares the story.
Award winners for the Incredible Individuals category were with friends and family of all ages on their big night, cheering on other winners.
The Good Neighbors Award, and it was neighbors nominating neighbors, so it wasn't a politician picking out people, it was the community recognizing people in our community.
The award is not just about the people receiving the award, but also those who nominated them.
There's people who are nominating them who recognize how good they are, and so it just lifts our spirits. It's rewarding for us as much as it is for the people who are winning.
I work to serve my community, and it's an honor to be to receive this nomination, to receive this award. But it's for the community members that are sleeping outside that I'm here right now, and I'm trying to get awareness out for that because we have children sleeping outside, and I take that home with me.
It feels incredible. I think everyone in Greater Sudbury needs to know who Melissa is. She does so much work for everyone who's still actively in addiction and struggling, and I think she really touches very many people's hearts and just gives everyone hope that there is, a chance to change.
West says that Sudbury is a community that cares, and these feel-good awards are a reflection of the community.
The number of times where we reach out to the person, because sometimes they don't know they've been nominated, and they'll say, like, I didn't do this for an award. And we're like, yeah, but just somebody wants to recognize your good work. It is important to look for the good. It's important to remind yourself that there's good people out there doing good stuff.
Although this dinner was where most individual winners were recognized, private recognitions are still happening, and the Outstanding Organization Awards are still being handed out. Madison Marier, CTV News, Sudbury.
Finally for us tonight, the future of farming could involve self-driving robots. Researchers from the University of Manitoba's Robot Autonomy Lab designed a prototype that's meant to think on its feet.
The soil is almost frozen, and we have the ice and snow on top of that. We have more slippery, but our AI model learn about the dynamics when it moves. So it's just keep the similar accuracy.
The robot uses artificial intelligence and is able to handle the bumps and other surprises that come with navigating real prairie fields, including frozen ones. More testing is still required in order to fine-tune the prototype, but researchers say they hope one day it'll help make farming more efficient, precise, and safe. That takes us to the end of our newscast this Tuesday night. For the latest news anytime, remember you can head to our website, CTVNewsNorthernOntario.ca. You can also download our CTV News app. It's been an important day from coast to coast to coast across our country. And here at home, be sure to thank a veteran for their service the next time you see one. Whether your family's lived here a long time or you're new to this country, they help secure the Canada we know and love today. We leave you tonight with some sights and sounds from across our region. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
Here